Hello and welcome to another episode of Geared Toward Gear. My name is Sean and I am so glad you're here. Thanks for joining me. Today we're taking a look at this pretty awesome little precision screwdriver from Klein Tools. It is the Klein Tools model 32614 4-in-1 precision screwdriver, and it's got a couple unique features that I think set it apart from other similar tools, and I thought it was so stinking cool I wanted to give it a shot. And I'm glad that I did. These things go for 15 bucks. I bought mine on Amazon, but as far as I know, you can also get these at your local kind of big box hardware store, Home Depot, Lowe's, places like that. So yeah, 4-in-1 precision screwdriver with a couple really neat and unique features. So let's talk about it. I'm a tool guy. I'm definitely into tools, especially when they're practical and functional for kind of my everyday life. You may recall a recent video on this guy right here, the Tyrant razor from Exceed Designs, that I just thought was super functional and neat. This is a kind of a similar story. I don't even recall how I came across this. It might have just been a recommended thing on Amazon, but came across it, thought it was cool, and gave it a shot. Some of the videos I watched about this tool didn't give me some of the dimensions I was kind of hoping to understand, so I'll share those with you as we move along. We'll also do some size comparisons, and that'll be that. So again, 15 bucks. I got it on Amazon. I'll put a link down below if you want to check it out. So let's start with the very basics. Okay, so when it comes out of the package, it has this little protective plastic cap that's covering one of the drivers, which in this case is one of your Phillips drivers. So that's going to come off. You know, you're probably going to lose it. It's not something you're going to, keep around. So this is what we're left with. And just like any other 4-in-1 style driver, the shaft comes out and it's double-sided. So you've got two bits, or I should say a double-sided bit on this side, which you can see there is a Phillips 00 and a 3/32 slotted. The other side is a Phillips 0 and a 1/8" slotted. But these are standard 1/8" micro bits, so you should be able to interchange other bits of your liking, right? If you have other needs, whether it's a hex or a Torx or something like that, you could certainly do so. What's really unique about this is that the shaft here is actually asymmetrical. So almost every 4-in-1, well, actually every 4-in-1 type driver that I've personally ever used is symmetrical, meaning this piece right here is right in the center, meaning the dimensions always stay the same. What's really neat about this is that this is kind of its more compact form factor, but if you turn it around, because it's asymmetrical, it then becomes a longer precision driver, which I think is just kind of genius, really, when you think about it. I can't tell you how many similar tools I've owned, and they're always just right in the middle, and you always have the same length or the same reach on your driver. So to have it asymmetrical like that and give you the option for a more stubby kind of up close option, or something with a little more reach for something that may be a little hard to get to, I think is just a really great, a simple but great design feature. The other really cool thing about this is when it's in its smaller configuration, this piece here, this yellow piece, is actually a sleeve, and it slides forward and protects that exposed bit. So now you drop it in a pocket, shirt pocket, pant pocket, and that bit is now covered. So that's kind of its, it's collapsed. Well, I guess it's not collapsed. Technically, it's extended. That's its extended form factor. And I think that's pretty genius. It's got these little sort of detent rings, and it takes a bit of effort, but it's super secure, no rattle, nothing like that. Once you slide it back or forward, it stays put. Really, really well made, really well designed. Love it, love it, love it. As with most precision screwdrivers, you have a rotating cap here so that you can put that sort of in the palm of your hand and help you to turn your fasteners more quickly. So yeah, between the fact that it's asymmetrical and you can make it longer or shorter, and the fact that you can kind of collapse the whole tool and protect that pointy bit, I think is just kick-ass, frankly. So let's quickly talk dimensions. In your open, sort of ready for use setup, when it's in its shortest dimension, it's going to be 4.85 inches, and we'll compare that to a Sharpie. A little shorter than a Sharpie. Here's a Zebra 301 pen, a little shorter than the pen, and here's a little AAA flashlight, right? So you can see it's not a large tool. It's definitely a small tool. In its open, fully extended length, we're looking at 6.55 inches. So obviously longer, but still compact. When it is in its, I guess, stowed away position, like such, it is 4.9 inches. So it's 0.05 inches longer when this is deployed versus when it's not. So it's just kind of going over the tip, snapping into place, and there's that. So just under 5 inches, a really good form factor, right, compared to a Sharpie. I mean, that's a great size, I think. Definitely not something that's going to be too cumbersome. The bits that it comes with, we kind of saw those earlier. It's a Phillips 0, a Phillips 00, the 1/8 inch and the 3/32 inch slotted. Again, you've got that asymmetrical shaft, which is really awesome. You've got the rotating cap, and you do have a pocket clip, which I will say is pretty garbage as far as pocket clips go. These are pretty standard on kind of these micro screwdrivers. You often see clips that look very much like this. And what I found is that when putting it into a pocket, it just kind of wants to come off. So I don't find it to be super, well, there you go. I didn't intend to do that exactly quite like that, but it's not confidence inspiring, meaning I think the only real application for this clip would be in a shirt pocket that has a pretty thin fabric. If you try to put this in like a jeans pocket, you know, it's not going to happen. It's going to either bend or it's just going to sort of do that and want to come off. So what I have been doing when I've been carrying this is just removing the clip and just dropping it in my pocket just like that. You could throw it in a bag, laptop bag, EDC bag, whatever, and carry it that way. So yeah, I find it very useful. What I use this for personally, this may sound silly, but I'm constantly fixing my kids' toys. And when I say fixing, it's usually replacing batteries. And when you're replacing batteries on kids' toys, it's almost always a micro bit that's required to take off the battery cover to get to the batteries. So I'm constantly using something like this or searching for something like this. And this has just proven to be super useful and handy for 15 bucks. And Klein is a pretty well-known and trusted brand. And I just think it's cool. It's fun. It's interesting. It's got some unique features. So for 15 bucks, I think it's a no-brainer. So yeah, you know, I think this is more designed for kind of the person who works on computers, maybe an electrician. It's not an insulated tool, right? So it's not designed for that type of electrical work. But anything that you would use a precision driver for, you could certainly use this for. So that's it. That's the Klein Tools Model 32614 4-in-1 precision screwdriver with the extendable shaft to protect the bit, with the asymmetrical shaft to give you a little bit more reach if you need it. And it's just, yeah, well thought out, well put together, and I'm a big fan. So there's that. If you have any questions, comments, please leave them below. I will have a link to Amazon where I purchased this if you want to check one out. Thanks so much for watching. I appreciate it very much, and I'll see you on the next one.